Okay, I think the most special thing I did during my preparation was praying. I prayed a lot. Then I started early. I started preparation for the Jamb exam. Immediately I entered SS3.
Okay.
I started reviewing past questions, just reading my books, and then in school, my school, Deeper Life High School, Mowe, we had like lots of classes, tests and retests, just trying to get us prepared. We had mock examinations of the Jamb. They tried to get us to use our time well, to know how to time ourselves. And then me personally, I read my books. I solved a lot of past questions, just trying to familiarize myself with the kind of question that they can bring out. And then, as I said before, I prayed. So,
well done.
Yeah.
So one thing I know about academic success is that it doesn't come by reading. It comes by a reading habit.
Okay.
For the sake of Nigerians watching out there, can you tell us about your reading habit daily and your reading rigor?
Okay, my reading habits. In school, we have these like set times in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the night. They call them preps. So there's morning, afternoon, and night prep. So that's where I do majority of my reading. And then after the night prep, when we retire back to the hostel, I do a little reading in the night from 30 minutes to 1 hour. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, cumulatively in a day, you get to like 3, 4, 5 hours of reading or 6 hours of studying?
Yeah.
So you study like 6 hours every day?
Yes.
Well, tell us about your school, Deeper Life High School, because the school seems to have a reputation for producing geniuses like you. What is the school environment like? What kind of teachers do you have? Because Deeper Life High School everywhere, doing so well. Tell us about the school.
Okay, let me start with the teachers. We have excellent teachers in my school. I've never seen teachers like the ones we have in my school. They are so willing, they want us to succeed at all costs, and they are willing to make any sacrifice. Some of them, they come over, they live in the school, they leave like their houses or wherever they are staying as early as maybe 5 or 6 a.m. and then they can go home as late as maybe 10 or 11 in the night, just trying to teach us, to drill us, to make sure that, okay, these children are set and prepared for this exam. This school environment we are very involved in spiritual activities. I don't know, we pray, we have services. The environment is conducive, is good for us as learners. Yeah, the school is always trying to provide for us to make sure that we are okay in all senses, morally, spiritually, physically, health-wise, emotionally, in all those areas. So the school is a very good one. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so in terms of the next steps for you, your mom said that you love reading. In fact, you're going to pursue the arts, that you love literature. And I say that because Dr. Bati is, when you're an expert and someone to look up to and a mentor in that regard, definitely he has that. But you decided to go with the sciences, chemical engineering. In fact, in your results, you got 99 out of 100 in chemistry, 98 out of 100 in maths, 97 out of 100 in physics, and then 66 in English language. That's impressive. Would you at any point consider, so are you still going for chemical engineering?
Yes.
You chose UNILAG, University of Lagos, as your university of choice. Is that still your choice? Because I hear some other universities are trying to woo you through scholarships and the likes. And then you also say you want to go forward to your master's, PhD. What are your plans? What do you want to do?
Well, I think you said it all. Yes, I'm going to UNILAG, but I'm actually considering other options apart from UNILAG, but like UNILAG is my first choice of university, and then I'm going to study chemical engineering, and then after that I'm looking forward to a master's outside the country, and then my PhD as well outside the country. So those are like my plans. And then for me, reading is not something that I may want to pursue like academically. It's more of a hobby for me. It's like my greatest hobby. I don't know what I love to spend my time doing. I love reading literature. Any book I see, I just pick it up and I start looking at it. So it's like a hobby for me.
what are those things you feel that students that have not the opportunity you have, how can they be better? You know, how can we improve them and improve the reading culture?
Despite the efforts that anyone puts in, the environment, the parents, whether or not a student will succeed is a matter of their decision, their choice. If a student is like, okay, I want to succeed, I want to achieve success, the student has to be determined, the student has to choose to succeed. And then after the student has made that choice to succeed, the student has to, you know, put in the effort. So determination helps with that. But then the environment of the students can also help by, you know, encouraging them, throwing in incentives from time to time, and, you know, just helping them, supporting them,
Well,
something
quickly,
like that.
you've been quoted as saying you admire Pastor Kumuye and also Dr. Ben Carson. We would like to talk briefly about those two role models.
Gifted hands.
Yes.
You read the book.
I have, okay, let me start with Dr. Ben Carson. Dr. Ben Carson is one of my role models, yes, because he, despite his background, despite where he came from, he has achieved so much. I think I've read all his books, Gifted Hands, Think Big, The Big Picture. I've read those 3 books, and then when I read those books, I feel so inspired, and I'm like, okay, I want to be like this man. And then Pastor Dr. W.F. Kumuyi, he's my greatest role model. Like, when he's the proprietor of my school, so we have like services, deeper life services in my school, and then anytime he comes up on stage to preach, I'm always awed by how he carries himself, how he talks, how he's not afraid to say what needs to be said, and how great he is, and the respect that people have for him. I've not met him personally, but I would really like to.
Wow. Well, certainly.
Sure,
I'm sure Pastor Kumuyi himself will invite you as a superstar, promoting his legacy with your distinction.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Kamsi Ochukwu Nkechinyere Ume, for your time with us this morning. It was such a pleasure